Hi there, welcome to No Nonsense Whiskey. My name's Vin PF. On today's episode, we're going to check out something which I think is a bit of a guard whiskey. A bit of a cheeky nod to the new t-shirts that are available down below if you want to go and check them out. But I absolutely love these things. These are amazing. But yeah, this one here today then is the Malt Riot, a product of the Glasgow Distillery. They sent this over to me for review along with their other two that I just covered. So massively grateful to them because this one's been out since 2020. And I'd only ever tried it at their distillery, and I hadn't picked up a bottle before, so I'm really grateful for them sending this over because I think this is a very interesting whiskey that I think a lot of you guys who are watching, people who always watch my videos, will probably have skipped this over a little bit because of one key word on the label, the blended. But we'll get into it. So, as I said, a product of the Glasgow Distillery, but this is a blended malt, so it has Glasgow 1770 liquid at its core, but it is selected whiskies from across Scotland. So we are talking about a blended Scotch, all things that we're good, but no, this is like a 40%er. We don't know if it's non-chill filtered and natural coloured. I mean, I imagine, you know, if you were going to colour it, you'd go deeper than that, I think. So I imagine it's no added colour. Don't know about chill filtration, but at 40%, you probably imagine it is, but again, not too worried about that. And then this is selling for about 25 to 30 quid, depending on where you look. I looked today on Master of Malt and it was 25 quid. So yeah, there are deals to be had. And of course, you know, if you ever want to buy these bottles that I cover, there are links in the description below, which are affiliate links, and they really do help me out. So I get a little percentage if you go and buy something from there. So if you are ever interested in buying a bottle that I cover, go and check that out before, and that helps the channel out. So yeah, we're looking at the bottle. It looks quite nice. It does look like an opaque bottle, which I know that you know that I hate, but it isn't. I can still see through that, and I can still see the level on this, which is good. I like that. It's just a nice smoky bottle. But don't know that for you. It's not peated at all. It's just a nice non-peated whiskey. Okay, let's get into it then. Let's see what we've actually got in the glass, shall we? Now, as I said, I don't really want to comment on the colour, but it is quite light and pale, which is no bad thing to me, but that does lead me to think that they probably haven't added any colour to this. We don't know anything about the age of it. I imagine that the most youthful element to it is probably going to be quite youthful, but yeah, we don't know. Legs-wise, they're pretty fast, but as you would expect with a 40%er, to be fair. And then, you know, there's not really much else to say about it, apart from getting straight into it. Now for me, this has got a really bright, vibrant, floral nose to it. So, obviously not peaty, not smoky at all. We're talking, there's a lot of tropical notes to it. Those kind of like foam bananas sweets that we used to get. For me, it's a little bit floral, a bit heatheriness to it. I obviously know that it's got quite a lot of Glasgow in it. I think that I can tell that, but only because I love Glasgow Distillery so much, that there's got a very distinctive tropical flavour profile to it, and that's sort of this in spades. Really nice. Let's try on the palate. Now again, giving it the full assessment, yes, at 40%, it's you know, it's a little thin on the palate, but that's to be expected. And by that I mean viscosity and not flavour. Because where this is interesting is because it delivers on flavour. Briefly, but it delivers on flavour. So you get a kind of nice... I'm going to have a quick sip so that I can go through it. The first part, you get that ex-bourbon nature. So you're getting those kind of vanillas, a bit of caramel. There's a touch of oak in this, but really not that much. It isn't very tannic at all. There's no kind of leathery, tobacco leavesy kind of stuff going on that sometimes you get from like a really deep, fresh cask or something like that. But it's extremely fragrant and extremely tropical while it lasts. So obviously with the 40%er, you know, we're going to be expecting the finish to be quite short on this, and it is. The fruitiness drops off quite quickly, and spiciness kind of takes over. A kind of nice, gentle, I want to say kind of white peppery spice on it, because there's a very, very big difference between white pepper and black pepper. It's got a little zing to it for sure. But as an all-round package, this is like, for me, it's like I said earlier, it's an excellent guard whiskey. For 25 quid, you get this. You could start your evening on it, so something nice and light and easy. If you sip whiskey anything like I do, I don't tend to go, fresh of an evening straight into the cask strength stuff. I like to wake my palate up a little bit to kind of get my mouth going, if that makes sense. And it's the same when I do like a tasting with friends or whatever. My first one is always going to be something relatively low strength and familiar. That's the other key thing, because you want to kind of... I like to gauge where I'm at on any given night, because my palate could be different anytime. And this is going to be one of those ones that fits the bill. 25 to 30 quid is basically nothing for these days worth of whiskey. Not much more expensive than some of the supermarket stuff, and we know what I think about those. So I think this is ideally placed to be one of those ones that just sits on the shelf. You're not going to reach for it every time. Sometimes you're going to be in the mood for something a bit more fancy. Absolutely fine. That's definitely what this is not trying to be. One of the cool things I like about this is it actually does say it on the website, but on the bottle it says made for mixing, which I enjoy that they've said that, because one of the things that always irks me is when it will say ideal for mixing or for ice or for neat, and very rarely is a whiskey good at all three of those things. Like, sure, yeah, some of the fancier, more expensive stuff would make a good cocktail, but most of us aren't going to put really expensive stuff in a cocktail. So usually you've got neat drinking whiskey. If you're an ice drinker, I'm not an ice drinker, but if you're an ice drinker, you might have something else that you put with ice. And for mixing, you're probably going to pick things that's fairly cheap but robust. Anyway, so I really enjoy that they haven't gone down the road of enjoy it mixed ice neat, even though this is the really funny thing, even though I would say this is one of the few that could say that and be true, because you can enjoy it neat. I'm sure it's fine in a cocktail. It gives a suggestion on the side about what cocktail to make. In fact, if you want to, I'll read it out to you. It suggests ginger ale over ice, or create a signature Glasgow whiskey sour. And you can go on their website and find out the recipe for that if you so wish. I'm not really a whiskey cocktail guy either, so I've tried a couple in the past on the channel, and I'd much rather drink a whiskey like this. Beautiful, yeah. I mean, to finish it off, probably something that you're obviously I'm going to say is that it's not going to stand up. If you've been drinking peat all night, it's not going to stand up to that. Absolutely not. But again, it's not trying to. It probably isn't even really trying to reach people like us, but I think it should. If you get a chance to try it, basically, I think you should try it. That's my kind of overarching thing. I wouldn't say necessarily need to jump out and grab it, but if this pops up, you're on Master of Malt, you're looking to kind of edge yourself over that free shipping mark as cheaply as possible, and you want to do it in 25 quid, I reckon this might be a good shout for that. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. And you know me, I like Glasgow anyway. Nice. Okay. Hopefully you guys have tried this. Let me know. It's been out for a couple of years now, so probably some of you have tried it. Chuck it in the comments below if you're interested in it or not. And hopefully you'll try it, because I think it's good. But in any case, I'll see you again on more videos coming soon. Cheers.